Artemis II is scheduled to launch out of Cape Kennedy, right here in the great state of Florida. And that is the first manned mission to our moon since 1972. I mean, my goodness, I can't believe it's been that long. And Artemis I was unmanned. It went there a couple years ago. This is the first manned mission to the moon since 1972. Isn't that something? 54 years. And it's hard to believe, but it's true. And this one's not going to land. It's going to orbit the moon, and get us images that we've never seen before. The orbit is a wide orbit on the dark side of the moon. So these astronauts are going to break a record too. They're going to be further away from Earth than any human has been before. And then it's going to be followed by Artemis III, that's going to make the first moon landing, which will be the beginning of the building of the moon base. This is really, I'm very excited about this. And I'm a little upset that it's been so rainy the last couple of days, because my house is due south of Cape Kennedy, and I can easily see the launches on a good clear day. And if it's cloudy tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to see it. So I'm really hoping that the clouds clear up and that the weather doesn't cause a weather delay. They have multiple launch windows in April. So if it doesn't launch tomorrow, there's other launch windows in the month of April, but it'll eventually launch if it doesn't launch tomorrow. I mean, I'm very excited about this, but a lot of people have been talking about, well, wait a minute, why haven't we been getting any publicity about it? Most people don't know about Artemis II, the first manned moon launch since 1972. So why is that? And I believe it's the media in this country don't want to promote something like this because it's so pro-American, and it's happening during Trump's presidency. And the Hate America First crowd have so much influence over the media, they don't want to promote something that's so positive and great about the United States, especially while President Trump is president. And I've been very fascinated by this mission. I've really gotten interested in it in the last few months quite a bit, and I'm very excited about it. And it's such a shame the media are covering this up. That's the Trump derangement syndrome. Among the astronauts is a female and a black astronaut. And still, even with a couple check boxes checked off, they're still not covering it, right? And this is going to be the first woman to go on a moon launch. This is going to be the first African American, the first black man to go on a moon launch. And it's still not getting coverage. Now, it could get scrubbed tomorrow because I told you the weather here in Florida has been very cloudy and rainy, but that doesn't mean it's cloudy and rainy at the Cape. So I hope it launches tomorrow as scheduled. They missed their previous launch window, which was a few weeks back because they had to do some repairs to the rocket. And so the rockets that are launching the spacecraft are actually the same rockets that were used on the space shuttle. And when you look at Artemis II, you'll see it looks like the space shuttle with a capsule on the top, which I find interesting. And they did that for a number of reasons, because the shuttle rockets were very powerful, because the shuttle was like a semi-truck to carry cargo into space. So they're very strong rockets. They have the experts that know how to build and operate them. So they wanted to keep all those people working from the space shuttle program, and that kept it going. And they have many flights of success under their belt, and they know them inside and out, so they're very good. So with this, the first launch is this Artemis II, first manned mission. It's going to orbit the moon and do that again, because we haven't done it in so long. And then the second one, Artemis III, will land. And there's a series of Artemis rockets that are manned that will go and land. And these they carry a lot of cargo. They're bigger than the capsules that went off during the Apollo days. And each one of them, they carry 12 to 14 times as much cargo room as the Apollo craft did. So each one of the Artemis rockets that lands on the moon is going to take components for the permanent moon base. So every time one goes, the moon base is going to get bigger. It's like out of a science fiction movie. And it's being done not by SpaceX, but it's being done by NASA itself. So this is the United States manned space program not only is back, we're going back to the moon, and I got goosebumps right now, and I'm just so hoping that I'll be able to see it tomorrow. I watch rockets launch all the time from my house. Since I've lived in Florida, I've been watching the launches. When I first moved to Florida, I was in elementary school, and the space shuttle would take off, and I lived further north in Florida then, and they would take us out of school to watch the launches, right? And outside on the side of the school, the whole school, they would take us all out of our classrooms and we'd watch the space shuttle launch. And I was close enough that you could see sometimes, not every time, but sometimes you could see the rocket boosters come down with the parachutes. But with the SpaceX, especially the manned SpaceX, but I watched them all, even the satellite launches. On a good clear day from my house, even in the daytime, the nighttime is the best launches. But I can see the rocket return to the Earth when it lands on the barge. It never gets old to watch it. Never. It just blows my mind. And I've been excited for months to watch the first manned mission to the moon since I was 1 year old.